Sadly, it's Bradley posted over on Twitter, and I don't know where I found this article, but they linked to a different website that just hosts Twitter stuff. But here's what he said. He said Valve is receiving a ton of game consoles, he did that in quotes, these past couple of weeks in their USA distribution warehouse. And then if you look at where's the stop sharing button? And then the other thing that we can see is now we can also see the like the actual shipment data, which there's a bunch of stuff that's hidden, but you can see on April 23rd, game consoles, on April 18th, game console, April 18th, game console. Tons of game consoles are showing up at their distribution warehouses. And the last time that he made a tweet like this, right afterwards, we saw the announcement for, well, not right afterwards. I can't remember how many days it was, but shortly afterwards, we saw the announcement for the Steam controller, and that we would actually be able to buy it. So that makes me wonder, and I'm asking this to all of you guys, do you think that this means that the Steam machine or the Steam frame, because a game controller could be either of those things, and do you think that whichever one it is right around the corner, and Valve is basically like spreading out the launch so that we are constantly talking about Valve stuff all the time? What do you think, Russ?
Can I just take a second and say, like, it's so crazy that we're all on a podcast looking at shipping manifests and customs data and like, extrapolating from that. Like, it's just crazy. Also, it just says gaming console, so this could be Steam Deck too. Like, we can't rule out everything. You know what I mean? So they might have just skipped all the other ones and like, oh, Steam Deck too. I'm kidding. But yeah, I think that this is a sign that, yeah, maybe something's happening. I mean, we suspected from the last one with the Steam controllers that it was review units, maybe early units and stuff like that. And I think that was fairly right. And so I don't know. It seems pretty near. It's exciting. And I think it's funny, the idea that, oh, they just really want to be talked about all the time. That's what Valve really wants, That's why they're doing this.
I mean,
but yeah,
it is a good way to manipulate, like, when, like, how often they're being talked about. Because if they release everything at once, then everybody talks about everything at once, and then they move on to the next thing.
Sure. Yeah, it's valid. But yeah, I think it is probably more imminent. I still think it's probably the Steam machine over the Steam frame. I don't know if they can do the Steam frame without the Steam machine.
Interesting. Okay. Carrie, you just shook your head.
Yeah, so like as Russ said, so sadly it's Bradley, I think, was actually ahead by like 2 weeks when he first noted that Steam controllers were coming in. And then if you look at SkillUp, he said in his own review of the Steam controller that he had it for over 2 weeks. So it seems like when Sadly It's Bradley said that they were landing, almost a day or so afterwards, the first round of reviewers got Steam controllers. So it would stand to reason now that Sadly It's Bradley, with all of his intense data mining that he does, he's probably on the button here, and it's more than likely that Steam machines are going out. It seems a bit weird to me that they would do Steam controller first and then like a week or so later, like 2 weeks later, do the Steam machine then, because that's like not a whole bunch of time. And to me, it's, when we first started talking about it, we were we were talking about the bundle pricing of $1,200 for all three.
Mm-hmm.
And now they've disconnected that idea. So now it's Steam controller first, much more expensive than a lot of people anticipated. And now, they have to have the Steam machine and Steam frame. And like Russ had mentioned, the Steam frame is not going to be very powerful. So it does kind of need the Steam machine as well. If no one has a computer, well, like if no one has a good enough PC to stream games with that foveated streaming tech that they have, because likely the Steam frame will come with the dongle for streaming. So it seems weird to then just do the Steam machine. Like, are they just going to do the Steam machine now? Like, are they just do the Steam controller? And that seems really weird to me because, I don't know, pricing is going to be a real pain point for them. So it's a difficult time for them, especially at this time. They're not winning here.
Alan, what do you think? Do you think it's what's your gut tell you? Do you think it's the Steam machine or the Steam frame?
Yeah, it's got to be the steam machine first. I think Russ, was right on the money with that. I really don't foresee the frame coming out before the steam machine. And I also think they still have some more left to do with effects and whatnot. I mean, if you watch the GitHub, if you watch all of that, they're coding like crazy. So it just seems so early though for the Steam machine in relation with the controller. I didn't realize they'd be doing such a big bang approach so quickly, if that is the case. But I mean, sadly, it's Bradley is a reliable source so far. So I just don't know on this one. It's a very interesting time frame.
Oh, Russ, you're muted.
Sorry. So I want to say this not to pat myself on the back, but didn't we call it as Memorial Day weekend? And that's like, what, 3.5 weeks out? So I don't know. Like maybe there's some truth in that. I mean, we were guessing, and not really factoring in Rampocalypse and stuff, but man, maybe. We'll see.
By the way, last time you mentioned Memorial Day weekend, everybody who doesn't live in the U.S. got mad at us for not telling them what that date is, which I'm bad with calendars. Memorial Day is on 2 weeks from now, right?
Yeah, it's May 25th.
May 25th. Okay, so May 25th. That makes a lot of sense.
3-day weekend. Yeah.
That'll be rough because I'm going to be in London and Russ is going to be in Taipei. So it's just like, although I don't even know when the hell I'm going to be getting a Steam machine at this point, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah, they're all going to they have to take our calendars into account when they come out with their launch schedules. So they're watching this, obviously, they'll figure this out.
Well, okay. So I want to push back a little bit on the idea. I mean, Alan, you bring up a really good point about FEX and they're still kind of building the plane. You know what I mean? But at the same time, the Steam machine has DDR5, LP DDR5. No, not LP, just DDR5 memory. And the Steam frame has LP DDR5X memory. And from my understanding, it's easier to get the LP DDR5X memory because it's low power and it's not the kind of stuff that that you put in data centers. So it's a little easier on the pocketbook to pick up. And that makes me think with the RAM situation that maybe they push the Steam frame first. And you might say, well, with the Steam frame, you got to have something to hook it up to. I mean, a lot of people, their first VR headset required a very beefy PC to run, and they were like, go ahead. And it sold very well. I mean, I don't know how well it sold. I assume it sold well, or otherwise they wouldn't be doing this again. So I do think it's possible that it could just be the Steam frame first, but Alan is the one that kind of twisted that idea and made it so I'm like, oh, maybe not, because FEX is still like they're still building the train or whatever.
So one thing I want to point out is that I don't, whatever. When I had the Steam Deck during the preview round, they weren't ready at all. Like it wasn't ready. Like the haptics were so busted that the rumble was just max rumble, and it was just like bleh. It was like awful. And it was like they were like, don't worry about that, it'll be fixed in a few days. So like it was, while we had them, it was the tracks were being laid in front of the train, quite literally. So the idea that they would wait a little bit is not, I would just say that it is not unprecedented that they wouldn't have the Steam frame out and then just like, oh crap, let's do stuff, because it's happened before.
Yeah, I would
not
say,
only has it happened before, but I would say you said the preview time. It was the entire first year of the Steam Deck that they were putting those tracks down.
One also had all sorts of issues too. Yeah, so it's like they can sometimes put that cart before the horse.
Right.
All right, let's talk about the price of the controller, because the price of the controller is quite is quite interesting. Carrie, you got a dot matrix printer back there?
What?
I don't know. Alan said it sounded like you had a dot matrix printer in the background somewhere.
No, so there was someone that tried coming in through the door and then closed it. So that's
he
what you
turned
heard
around and looked at him, and they just turned into a ghost.
Yes,
sounded like the startup of the dot matrix going.
I actually do have I do have a dot matrix printer here. It's a Commodore dot matrix.
Of course
printer.
you do.
It's literally right over here. I could get it if I could just reach to this, but I would show it to you.
This was just a small part of my podcast, the Nerd Nest podcast. And if you enjoyed it, then do me a favor and click on that like button down below. And if you really enjoyed it, then I think you should check out the link in the description down below the like button. It's going to take you to the full podcast so you can check out the entire conversation and a whole lot more. If that sounds good, I hope to see you over there. Stay rad, and thanks for watching.